you will be having all the online compilers that are available for Groovy. Here you can see, right? Usually we can use this one compiler
Mm-hmm.
which we were using previously, or else you can use this one as well, Groovy Web Console, something like that. Have pasted this web console link right now for you, Groovy Web Console.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm. So yeah, where were we? We were discussing like yeah, I got a schedule to follow for us now. Initially, we have covered comments, and after that, we have seen like what exactly keywords are. Like we haven't dived into all the keywords, but we have seen what keywords means. If you remember, like it is each keyword has its own like application, a predefined action for everything. Like we have seen like for println, whenever we are using println, it is printing something in the output. Def, it is defining a variable. Integer, for integer type of variables we are using integer. Char, for character type of variables, strings, something like that. Those are all keywords. I mean, whatever string, def, int, println, like that. We have some other keywords as well, which we will be covering soon. But just remember, like, what is meant by a keyword.
Right.
And we have we have seen the numbers and types of numbers that are available, like a float, double, or we have seen, right, long and integers, normal integers, when we are using simple numbers, something like that, in the last class, right? So now, after this, today we will be seeing the control structures of Groovy actually. Today's topic, we will be covering the control structures, and after that we will be seeing the operators that are in Groovy. Data types, we will be covering it in detail again. Later we will be discussing about collections. In collections, we will cover mostly what are all the types of collections that are there, like lists, something like that. And later we will be discussing on how those collections will work, and after that we will be working on closures, and we will be implementing all these in control structures again. in detail we will be discussing everything. I mean, like here, uh, especially like we will be having something like conditional along with looping and exceptional. After that, we will be discussing about the object oriented programming. After that, we can see like if there are any further flexibilities to work with REST and meta programming. And later we will be seeing application uses. Probably instead of this we can see like this. Usually I used to provide this part in Jira. So as you said, you will be using it in SAP, right? We'll do one thing. At this stage, what we can do is like we can see some SAP codes and examples. So this is how we will be following. I mean, like these covers pretty much everything that is in Groovy, which we need to cover. Apart from this, if you need anything, do let me know prior so that I can work accordingly. Will that be fine? Hello.
Yes, fine. Yes, fine.
So let me do one thing instead of going everything. I don't know whether I can. Oh, I'll just paste this in this chat. So control structures are something like if you have seen for writing any particular blocks or conditions or anything that is related to what we say is like what we say particular criteria. Okay, for all that we have different control structures that are available in Groovy. Today we will be focusing on some of them. I mean, like this is just remember, this is for initial basic building which we were doing till now. Like if you remember, we were discussing all the basics, right? For that, you need to know what exactly those do's, and we will be discussing about these going further in depth as well. Okay, for control structure, let's see what are all the types of control structures we have. If we will be seeing about if first, and then we will be going to if else, and then we will be going with switch cases, or we'll do one thing like we will cover while first, and then we will go to switch. I mean, like these are some kinds of control structures that are available. Along with that, we will also try to see like mm, closure and for as well. Okay. Just don't get confused. We will be covering each one now with a basic example. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Further,
Mm-hmm.
going forward, we can cover all of these in details when we come to the actual session after closures again. Like we will be discussing all these again after operators, data types, collections, and everything. Okay. For now, just
Mm-hmm.
remember like for each keyword, these topics are related to keywords itself. Okay. As they are part of control structures, I have mentioned them as control structures. If you remember, we are still discussing about the keywords which we were having previously. Okay.
Right.
We saw right in the previous cast like we saw def and we have seen like int string something like that. Okay. And
Right.
I'll try to cover this concept as well in this one only.
Mm.
Like
Okay.
in these control structures itself, we will be covering I mean null as well. Okay. Just remember, this is addition to keywords which we were discussing. I just want you to know what are all the keywords before diving into other topics, because you should know, right, what exactly these keywords do. I mean, here you know the list of keywords that we have, but at least you should know a handy of key which you will be using in your code, right? Just for that purpose, I'm covering these control structures concepts where we have a lot of keywords covered actually.
Okay. And what is control structure?
Control structure is like a predefined methodology to follow to perform a particular to do an action when a particular criteria is met, something like that. Okay, like it will
Okay.
have fixed structure to follow to do that. Okay, in that we
Mm-hmm.
can have different conditions that I mean type of conditions which we can use. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you have observed, we have covered this if previously, but I just wanted to cover this again so that we'll have a clear idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
first we will
And
be
one more
covering
question is, which is the last one? Ninth star hash slash
star slash
ninth.
is the one where we will be using to close the comment session, right?
Yeah. Okay. This is for close. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Initially, we have covered the comments topic, if you remember.
Right.
Double
Right. Right.
quotes, double slashes, we will be using it for single line comment. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Star slash we will be using it for double line or multi line comments.
Yes.
As
Right.
I
Right.
don't want this to disturb the code further, I'm just keeping it in the comment section is itself,
Okay.
so that it
Right.
will help us, right, what we are doing here. At the end,
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you like I'll share the code, right? So at that time you have to know what exactly we did here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So now we will be covering if. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if is a condition statement which allows a set of actions only when the Okay. I hope you remembered like we were having we were trying different examples for if previously in our previous class as well. Okay.
Mhm.
Now I'll show what exactly this means. Okay. Initially, to define if, we will be using if. Okay. So let me show you how exactly it will be. Usually, we will write in coding this way. Like we will be having if, and here you will be defining the condition for it, and here you will be performing the action when condition is met. Okay, this is how the if block looks like. Let's call this as blueprint of condition. Okay, along with example. See, so here, as I said, right, for any action that performs, that should be performed in if, it should satisfy a condition. Okay, or else if you remember, we have covered a boolean concept, right? Like it will have only two values, either true or false. So true is a condition where the return value is like when the condition is met. For example, uh, let me give you another example to show that. Def is equal to 10 if x. See, uh, you are able to see me, right? I mean, you are able to see
Yes,
me, right?
I can
Yes.
see. Yes.
So here, what I want to say is like just remember this, just forget this for now. Okay, so initially I have defined variable with value as 10. Okay, for example, x is defined with value as 10. Okay, I want to print something in the output when x is 10. Okay,
Right.
when x is 10, only then I need to print this x value. Okay, or else we need to do something like we need to say like here x 10, something like that. See, you can see here, right? Like we are printing x value is 10 only when the value is satisfied with 10 value. But ultimately, this condition will work only when I mean, like these actions are performed only when the condition in if block is satisfied. Okay, if I execute it now, see, I won't get anything. Now I'm saying like if x value is 11, I have to print x value is 11, or else I'll be printing. See, now I'm getting x value, but I'm not getting that x value is 11 because the value which we were comparing is returning a false value because x value is not 11. Okay, hope you got my point, right?
Right. It's clear.
Yes. So what happens like if we have like x value as 10, we'll be getting that satisfaction. So just remember the blueprint which I have provided here, right? So this will help you like how exactly the if condition is written when we were using it in the code. Something like, for example, if you are getting any logged in user details or something like that, right? You will be having maybe in SAP or something like that. If you get the user or a reporter value, if it maps only a particular criteria, like if you so and so user should be part of the admin group or something like that, only then you need to perform some actions or something like that, right? That kind of scenarios you can use it here. I mean, like I'm just saying the applications where we will be using if. And along with that, like without any condition, if I want to print anything, I can directly say like true value. Okay, I'll show the difference between these two codes again. Now line values. Okay, now if you see, I haven't given any condition here, right? If you see, I haven't provided any condition here, but I have provided a value that is already true. Here we have provided a condition which should be true, but here we have directly provided the value itself as true. That is why it went, I mean, like it took the condition as a satisfactory condition, and then it have printed the output which we need right now. Any queries in these two differences right now?
No.
Clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what are all the like
But just small question. When we are writing this, when we are writing, sorry, one small question. When we are writing this, if statement, so we have to start from the you started from the star slash. No, you started from the bracket, right? I mean, from where you started this statement?
If statement,
Yes,
for this example,
def.
I started it from def itself.
Okay, okay. So I have to start from def. Def. If x equal to 10, if x is equal to 11, why you wrote the number 26? Row number 26?
I just wanted to show the false
Error.
condition as well.
False. Okay. So if x equal 10, can you please write the correct statement first?
Yes,
This is
yes.
fine. Don't change this one.
Okay.
This is okay. Just go down and just write the correct statement. How it would be.
First, I'll write the
Correct.
right statement, and then I'll write the false statement.
Why are you using double equal to?
Yes. This topic which we will be covering it on our next class. These are
Okay.
operators. Okay.
Operators.
Yes.
Okay.
So here for comparison, like if we need anything with the exact value that should be equal, we will be using double equal to here.
Okay.
In conditions logic, whenever we are using it in conditions logic.
Okay. And what are the other characters we use apart from equal to?
We have and operators, we have not equal to. I mean, like
But that is a part of which module? Double equal to. That
operators.
comes under operators. So operators cover in which? Acha, third one. Okay, got it. You mentioned the point number 3. Okay.
Here
Okay. Okay.
we are still see for
Yeah,
now.
we are discussing control structure. It is
Yes,
clear. We will discuss tomorrow operators.
yes.
Okay. Okay. There. Okay.
We have jumped into control structures because we were trying to cover as much as keywords possible, right?
And
For
that's
that
fine. This is good.
purpose, yes, for
It is
that
clear.
purpose, we are discussing about control structures now.
It's fine. I noted down also that it is part of the operator. Okay. Now come to the statement. So you write in the correct one.
Now I'll execute it. So just can you guess what are all the outputs I should be getting now?
I think it should be correct.
From here, if you see the code, let me show one thing. Let me do one thing. I'll start the code directly with the defining of variables itself. And then I'll write this at the last. Okay. Now say me, what are all the outputs I'll be getting now?
For row number 20, it is starting from the def x equal to 10. And the 21, we know that it is 10 because the operator is 10, right? So it should be printed in as per the row number 23. So after row number 23 or 24, our answer should be yes, print. If in case from 25th, if it is x equal to 11, then it should not be print and it will give the error if we go as per the row number 20. If we go as per row number 20, so 25 onwards, it will give the error message. But if row is 20, def x equal to 11, then 25 will be executed successfully. Am I right?
It prints only the row number 23 and row number 31 because we are giving it as 10 initially. So
Yes.
this condition fails, as you said.
Okay. Right.
Now, if we are changing that x is equal to 11, then what it will do is like, it will print row number. Have used capital P. That is why it isn't taking over there. So now if you see, it is printing row number 27 and row number 31. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is what how the condition will be checked in if statements. Okay. Along
Okay.
with that, I just wanted to say there are some other concepts which we need to cover here in the if block, like
Mm-hmm.
some other cases. We have
Right.
checked only for true case, right? For now,
Right. Right. Right.
I need to show you how exactly this will be for false statements as well. We have checked it for the true statement, right? If we are giving directly value as true, it is printing that value. Now, what if we give direct value as false? Any guesses? Will we get the output?
It should be true.
Mhm. We won't get it, as your guess is right, because the value should be always true, the return value. If we are getting false, it means like the condition itself isn't satisfying it, right? So it won't print the output when we are giving a false value directly. Or else even if the condition fails also, like here we saw, right, x value was 10, okay, x value is 11 now, but we are comparing it with, I mean, like we need a condition where the value should be exactly equal to 10. The condition is failing here, so the return value will be false ultimately here, right? So if it is false, then this condition won't be satisfied and this print also will not be happening.
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. For this type of things, I have to practice more. Then we will have more idea. But yeah, we're just learning, so it is
Yes.
fine. This condition need to apply in the system.
Let's see some examples where we will
Mhm.
be using strings. Okay. If you remember, we had a concept called as a string, which consists of both what like
And string is also part of the structure, control structure.
no, no. Actually, we will
Okay.
be using it because just to see how exactly strings will work. Actually,
Okay.
let's take
But generally, string comes in which module, which submodules? Data
uh,
types, collection, you mentioned closures.
data types. We can cover it.
Okay, data types, strings. Okay.
See, even if I'm not giving it as a string directly, the value which I'm providing here is a string.
Right.
We can do it in two ways, like this. See, here initially we were giving name, right? I mean, like we are defining name as a string. Okay. Now, in the if condition, we are checking if name is having any value or not. Okay. It is having a value, right?
Mm-hmm.
We aren't giving any condition here. I mean, like we aren't comparing with any value. Directly, we are checking if whenever, if you see like if it is having these kind of if statements in your code, just remember like it is checking if that particular variable which is compared here is having any value or not. That's it. If it is having a value, it will directly execute the actions that are in that if block. If what if it doesn't have any value? Let me show you. Now I'm giving here empty string. As I said, right? String starts with double brackets. Now I'm giving it an empty string.
You mean double quote?
Yes, double quotes.
So something with a single quote, we will not call it string.
Double quotes also we will use like based on the flexibility, we will be using it.
No, so it means that either a single quote or double quote. In both the cases, we call it string.
Yes, whatever we are defining it here. Yes.
So it can mean by single quote also,
Usually,
right?
please use double quotes only because
Okay.
it
Okay.
is suggested way. If you can see, I'm also using double quotes
Yeah,
in
then go with this one.
double quotes.
I think standard. Yeah, standards allows
Mm.
standard way to doing is the double quote. So yeah, we will follow the standard.
Yes. So
Right.
if you see, I'll remove name one here. See, see. Now we are previously we saw, right, this name was having a value called as high. Okay, that's why we got output as high here. But if we are giving empty double quotes, it means like we aren't providing any value to it, right? I mean, like we are just saying like it is like empty means
Blank. Yeah.
it doesn't have anything over there to check,
Mm, 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 mm,
right?
mm.
So if it doesn't have any value, this condition will fail, right? It should have a value to compare. I mean, like it should have a value to satisfy this if block. But if you are giving an empty string, it doesn't mean like it is having any value or something like that. So ultimately, this condition will be false, right? I mean, like this condition will fail here. What if the reverse case, like we will say, not name one? See, hello. Here comes the operator not. If you can see the exclamation mark which I'm using here, we'll check the reverse case scenario, the contradictory of the existing scenario. For example, if we need to say like previously what we were checking, name one should have a value to print hello. That was the condition we required to make it as a true statement, right? Like name one should have a value to print hello. Now, what if someone says name one shouldn't have a value to print that statement? Haven't, doesn't, or do not. These not statements we will be checking with the condition called as, with the operator called as exclamation here. Not. Like now what this if statement says, not name1. It means like name1 shouldn't have a value, then it will print hello.
Okay, in exclamatory, we denote it as not.
Yes.
Okay.
You might see these operator as well in your SAP codes lot of times. Why exactly we are using it? Now you are clear, right? In the ifs or
Mm.
for or while or somewhere, you are seeing this means like they are checking the false condition that shouldn't be met. For
Mhm.
example, if I say like if we are checking, for example, say like username is Sai. Okay, we should see like Sai shouldn't be able to. Now, if username is Sai, then we are doing a particular action. Okay, if Sai shouldn't be allowed, then that action is not performed, because this action performs when user is not Sai. I mean, like Sai shouldn't be able to perform this action. Okay, you got it right. I'm just saying an example like uh, usually how this happens is like
Because what happened during the class, I have doubts. You explain it to me, it gets clear. But after 2 days or 3 days, when I have to recall, then something I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember each and everything because of new things. And when I do practice in the system, then it will require more. I think it should be like it should be in like black and white, and it should be in my mind that whatever we have studied till now should be executed in the system.
is this fine like this?
Yeah, it's fine.
And here we'll say string with Sai. Where we discussed other topics here, right?
Hmm.
Mm, yes, here. Mm. So this is fine, right? Like this.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, thanks, fine. Yeah.
Mm. No, this is initial stages of learning, right? So I can understand like you'll be having a lot of doubts or queries where you need to get back to these and everything. Mm. So we saw
That
like,
is fine. Yeah.
so here we saw what happens if the string is having a value, and this checks if we were checking like if a string is having any value in these cases, right? And now we will see if the string is empty, what happens. See, now I'm not getting any value here because, or else we can say, instead of hello or something, I'll use some technical examples. Hmm. So, see, here, hmm, if the string is empty, or if we are providing a empty string here, then also this condition will be failed, even though if you have defined that variable already, it is having value as empty string, right? Empty string in the sense it doesn't have any value at all, like it is null. Okay, in this case also this condition will be failed, and it will not execute the actions which are under that particular loop. And also always remember, like, if statements should have this open bracket and close bracket. Like, the start of the if statement the loop will start with the open bracket and close bracket. If you are having multiple if statements, just consider like whatever the open brackets you are having should have the same number of closed brackets as well. Okay, you got it right.
Yes, clear.
So we will see some more examples related to these if conditions going forward in our classes, and I don't want you to get confused as of now.
So
So
we can for one statement we can write multiple ifs, right? In case we
yes,
want some
yes.
result, and it will check each
Multiple
and every.
conditions you can write for a single if.
Okay, so it can check one by one for each record and brings the result based on the all statements we have written for if, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm, so we have seen like how exactly we will be using if, right? So there are scenarios where you can use else. For example,
Mm.
along with if the condition
Mm.
is failing, okay, let me write. You can write else case as well. Okay, this is happen when if condition is failed. It isn't mandatory for a if to have else every time. Okay, so if you are having multiple cases to check, for example, see here we are checking if the string is empty, it shouldn't be it should be value or providing a print like the value is not empty here, or else we will be printing here with else the value is empty. Because the first condition when we were discussing, you can see right, we were checking if the name one, the variable is having any value to it or not in this if condition, right? So as it is a null string which we have provided here, it didn't went into this loop at all. I mean these conditions, this loop it didn't entered because it was a null string directly. So there might be scenarios where there are two actions based on each condition. For example, if we say like if a user is having any license to SAP, what you will do, you will check in the initial condition if there are any groups that are related to SAP licenses. If user is part of that group, you will be providing him any actions or further actions. If you need to do, you will be doing that. If user is not part of license of SAP, you will have another case scenario where you will be checking, or another set of uh, things you will be doing, right? In those scenarios you will be using if and else. So now I'm just executing it. So see, just remember, just see the code from here itself, okay, this block, and the output this one. Okay, we are having a loop where it was saying like if name one, what this checks if the variable name one is having any value to it or not. Okay, as it is an empty string, it didn't went into this loop at all. It came directly to else case. And then what it did, it printed the value is empty. What if there are multiple scenarios to check? So okay, I think something got broke here. Working. Hmm. So here, okay, let's write that another else if condition as well now. And see, ta-ta-da. So now just see the code from here. I'll do one thing. I'll remove this if for now. It might be confusing for you. Yes. See, if there are multiple conditions that needs to be checked, then as I said, right, you will be adding else block. Okay. And if there is another condition that needs to be checked in the else if as well, like in this if as well. So here we are checking totally 3 conditions. First one, if the variable isn't null, then we will be printing the variable along with the value saying like the value is not empty 2, not empty 1. Okay. And later we are having else. First if fails, then it comes to else, and again it checks for one more if condition. If we are having 2 or 3, okay, in that condition what it will do, it will check if the value isn't having any the variable isn't having any value, not operator, as we discussed it, right? Not value, not a variable means not any value there to that particular variable. Then what it will do, if this name one is empty, then it will print 2 as output. And there is a default condition apart from these two, like if it doesn't satisfy both of these if cases, if it doesn't have both the if cases, then you will have, if you have any default value to be performed, I mean to saying like the value is empty, I mean like not applicable or something like that, at that time it will print this else condition. Okay, but here if you can see, we aren't getting the print which is in else because the condition is getting satisfied in this case itself, right? Not name one, in the sense name one should be empty. What is the value of name one? It is empty, so it is satisfying it in this else case only, so it won't go down to else again. These three considers themselves as a single command loop. Okay, initially it will check the if condition, and it will, if this is failed, then it will go to else if, and if this is also failed, then it will go to else if. In these three statements, if anything is satisfied, it won't go to the next one. So this is how else statement works. Okay, this is a scenario where else works. Now if you want let's see how exactly else might be working. So I'm just keeping this in comments. So now see, we are only having one if condition, and if that fails, it will go to the else loop. Now I'm executing it. See, the value is not applicable, the output is getting generated because it went into the else loop as well. That means if has failed, and the default else which we were defining here, it got executed as this got failed. If we are having the second condition where it was meeting, then it didn't went to else, it stopped at the print 2 itself because the second case got accepted. So this will be ignored by the compiler. You got it, right?
Yeah, that's clear, Sai. And one more question: how many statement like if and else we can write for one particular situation?
It
Unlimited?
depends. Like if you have 100 case scenarios to be checked, you can write all that 100 case
Okay,
scenarios.
okay. And wherever he find the solution, it will stop searching for the rest of the if. Okay,
Else's, else conditions it will block, not if conditions. If will go to
okay.
if. If you are having else, it will
Hmm.
stop if the previous if is satisfied.
Okay. Okay.
Else will be stopped. But if you see, if we are using in this code multiple ifs, right? Wherever that
No,
if
this
is
is
getting
not clear. Could you please repeat what you said, the last line? See, you mentioned if and else. If
yes,
this is the like as per the statement, if we get the result, it will not go to else. But
see,
if something find at else level, it will
mm,
not search for the else you mentioned. So this is
yes,
not clear.
yes. So what happens is like this else condition, this will check if the previous if is satisfied or not. Okay. If the previous if is satisfied, then it won't go to else.
Okay,
Here
okay,
also,
okay,
even though if we are
okay,
using
okay.
else and if, it is
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
else, right?
Okay. Yeah, because if was not satisfied, then only it went to else. And when
Else.
it found the solution at else, it will only stop searching for the else condition.
Yes. Here we are
Okay,
having
okay.
two cases. Like
Right.
initially it will search for if, then
Mm-hmm.
else if,
Else. Mm-hmm.
else if,
Else if. Right.
and then it will search for else again. If
Okay. The
only then
third, I mean, the if doesn't come again. Else will come again and again.
you can use if as well, no
Okay,
problem with
okay,
that.
okay,
But
okay.
if you are having a single statement where you need to check all these, use
Mm-hmm.
else if only.
Else. Okay, okay.
Mm.
And if there are multiple statements, then I can
And
write multiple
for
f
these
if.
if and else cases, you should be having a pretty much hands-on. Like you have to take
Yeah,
hundreds of for examples when you are writing codes, right? It will come handy only when you are having hands-on experience with these code.
I agree.
Like you should
I
be
agree.
playing with these conditions. You have to create your own live conditions where you need to use these if-else cases.
I agree with you. This is the Bible of this, right?
Yes, like
Hmm.
you have to get it so handy that if anyone is having a scenario where if conditions are needed, you have to see what are all the cases that it might require. It won't come. It won't be handy if you aren't having any hands-on experience, or if you aren't having any technical exposure to these type of scenarios. Because once if we experience that kind of conditions, only then we will be able to think as fast as like that, right? If you had any previous example with that, it will be easier for you going further, like a similar
Right,
condition or similar case will be appeared. So
right,
for that case, I was saying this.
right.
So you are good with else right now.
Yeah, yeah, it's clear now.
So for tomorrow, I would like to give you some case scenarios. Okay, try
Okay,
them.
okay. But try where? In the same application which you have pinged me above.
Yes, here only you can try it. No
Okay,
problem.
okay,
Yes. So today we have covered the two control structures. One is the case of if, how exactly we will be using it, and the case of else, how it will be executed and how it will be checking the conditions. Okay. We will start the concept of what we say. Where was it? Control structures here.
while.
While tomorrow, because it will
Okay,
take a lot of time for
no
us.
problem.
Yeah, because
No problem.
uh, while is okay, but I'm just focusing the branches of switch closer and this ones. But every
Okay,
concept which we will discuss here is like important one. All of this, so that's why I'm taking this prior to operators itself.
okay, no problem.
Mhm. We are done with the two for now. So we
Mm-hmm.
will cover while, for, and closure switch in our next classes.
Okay.